Hello everyone, it's Patricia and today is Tester Tuesday. If you're new to my channel, Tester Tuesday is a way that I review scents for you guys, use up testers, and we all have a little fun by voting for the scents that we want to hear about. So stick around, we're actually back to the big box at the end of the video. So we're going to wrap things up for the new to catalog scents for the Spring and Summer 2020 Scentsy catalog. Both of these scents are former scents of the month, and we're just going to cover them in the second to last and last place because these two are kind of like the two kids that didn't get picked for the team until the very end. Does that mean they're not good scents? No. What I think it means is people have already tried them themselves, so they kind of know what they think of them. But the first scent we're going to talk about is a beautiful yellow colored wax, my favorite color, Squeeze the Day. And that was a June scent of the month. And in second place, I don't have a bar to show you, but it's this light brown colored wax, Saddle Up, and that was May 2019 scent of the month. But let's talk about our first place scent this week. It is Squeeze the Day. And I'm saying it's first place because it was second last to be voted on. So we're going to call it first place. On cold, this scent is pretty strong. And it's a citrus. I don't find we get to discuss a lot of citrus scents. So the scent description for Squeeze the Day is: pucker up, lemon lovers. You've officially found your signature scent in this tart and true fragrance of pure lemons, balanced by a hint of vanilla cream. So we have two main scent notes. We have pure lemon and vanilla cream. And yes, I would say, Scentsy, you are right. Predominantly, you get the lemon on cold. And when you first warm it, you get the lemon. It is a sugary lemon. It just flirts with almost being a cleaner lemon sometimes, but I find it's more sugary. So it's something like that lemon that you would get from a lemon pie filling, artificial lemon pie filling. It's kind of like the lemon taste that you would get from Country Time lemonade, something like that. Very tart, very sweet, a little bit artificial, reminds you of being a kid, puts a smile on your face, lemon. Oh, and it's nice and strong. Now, as it warms, that's when the vanilla cream starts creeping in. So as it warms, it's almost like it's hinting at getting a bakery. So it reminds me of, I don't know what it was, like, and I could be off because I haven't tasted this in a long time, but this is what my mind went to. Do you remember those, like, mixes where you'd add water? You put the mix in the 8x8 baking dish, and you add water, and I think you stir, and then you bake it, and it separates so that there's like a lemon filling and like a lemon cake. Well, it kind of reminds me of this as it warms. And it kind of reminds me almost of that like Nilla wafers, a little tiny bit. Nilla vanilla wafers. Those are the two things it reminds me of as it warms. And as it warms, you get a little bit more bakery, a little bit more bakery. It kind of increases, and then that's your sign that the scent is starting to die down. Now, this scent here, I had two testers, so I put them in my 25-watt bulb warmer right here in my bedroom. This is about 1.5 cubes worth, so a little less than I would normally use. But for 1.5 cubes worth, I would say Strength and Throw was a good 8.5 out of 10. Very, very pleased with it. And I left it going 3 days, a total of 23 hours, so I was pleased with that as well. Now, I should put an asterisk on that because the last day I fell asleep late at night, and it went overnight, and then I turned it off. So it was pretty light in the morning, like very, very minuscule. So I probably would have removed it a little bit before the 23-hour mark, but I'm still pleased with that. It's nice and strong, and it lasts long enough for me. Now, if you're someone that likes lemon scents, you definitely want to pick this up. It should be in your repertoire for sure. Some people say it's very similar to Luscious Lemon. I would say Luscious Lemon is a bit different. I think I like both in different ways, but I stuck with Squeeze today because it's currently available. It's very strong, and it's one of my son's favorite. He didn't seem as impressed with Luscious Lemon, and I don't know. But Squeeze today, I thought, well, I'm just going to go with that versus stocking up on more additional bars of Luscious Lemon. But also, we also have Lemon Sorbet, which Lemon Sorbet is a little bit, well, it has grapefruit in it, and I find it a little bit lighter, and it's kind of a little bit more like of a balanced fragrance. This one is a more sweet tart, like lemon in your face, and then a little bit of vanilla creeps in. Lemon Sorbet is a bit different, and Coconut Lemongrass is even more different because you have coconut, then a lemongrass, which is different than lemon. So they're all kind of in that flirting with lemon family. But this is great for open areas. It will do fine big zones. It will do fine small zones. I don't know if a lot of people would want to warm something like this in a bedroom. So for me, it would be a great kitchen scent, great for cutting food odors, bad smells that you don't want to smell, like fish, meat, bacon, things like that. Put in a strong lemon scent. The main bonus for this is that this is something that even if you don't really like lemon, you should have on hand to add to other scents, because sometimes you need lemon. You can mix lemon with lavender, you can mix lemon with strawberry, you can mix lemon with bakery, you can mix lemon with a whole bunch of different things. Basically, your mind is the only thing that will restrict you, so just experiment and mix things up a little bit. Will this be a repurchase for me? In case you haven't guessed, of course it will be. It was in my Scentsy Club. I removed it from my Scentsy Club when I knew it was coming back because I use my Scentsy Club for discontinued scents only, but Squeeze Today is Scentsy Club worthy for me. Okay, let's talk about our second place scent for this week. It is Saddle Up, and it's a nice soft brown, similar to the color you see on the back of these two testers. So I had these two testers, plus I had a couple small samples that I used up, and I put them in my daughter's bedroom. Now, on Cold Sniff, this is about a medium to strong scent. I would say closer to strong. The scent description for Saddle Up, it is capture some on-the-range reverie with soft suede, aged leather, sheer musk, and a breath of fresh air. So, this was the only scent of the month I did not pick up in the last 2 years I've been a consultant, because I was a little bit worried. I'm not huge into leather. So Scentsy has weathered leather, sheer leather, Saddle Up. Those are our 3 leather scents. Now, this one here has scent notes of suede, leather, sheer musk, and fresh air. So what do I get when I smell this? I get an overwhelmingly majority of musk, but I also get leather. So I would say they're almost 50-50, but I think I get more musk than leather. So I'm going to go with 50% leather. 50% musk, 40% leather and suede combined, because they go hand in hand sometimes. And then 10% fresh air. Now, like an idiot, when I first talked about this, I talked about Burt Reynolds and how this reminds me of Burt Reynolds, because this is a scent that a little bit reminds me of someone that's an older gentleman. That's what I get. That musky tone reminds me of an older gentleman. And back in the day, Burt Reynolds was so huge. And then as he got older, I think he tried really hard to be, still a prominent actor, but obviously, how sometimes you're just not in demand. And anyway, I felt terrible because I didn't know Burt Reynolds had passed away. So I always feel really bad if I ever insult anybody in any way, and especially if they've passed away, because that just seems disrespectful. So anyway, I apologized to Burt Reynolds in spirit. Anyway, Saddle Up. So it reminds me of a little bit of an older man because of that musk. There's so much of it, and you get that leather. It's very rich, earthy, deep, and perfumey, but a male perfumey. Now, people are saying, well, what about weathered leather? How does it compare? Weathered leather to me is very earthy and straightforward leather. There's not a lot extra going on. It's pretty like your belt, your boots, your leather jacket, new car smell leather. That's what I get. Now, on the flip side, sheer leather, I really like. It's my definite favorite. It is like a sexy man wearing the right amount of cologne, and it's got a leather twist. It's just a hint of leather. I call it the Ryan Gosling of Scentsy, because that's, I think, how he would smell. So this is a little bit more mature. Sheer leather, to me, is a little bit more metrosexual. So that's a good way to remember it. And I always call sheer leather the sexy bedroom scent. How did this one do? I had strength and throw between 6.5 and 7. The reason I say that, I put these in my daughter's room in her 25-watt beacon. It started off kind of late, but it builds. So I would say 6.5, but it built to about a 7. And then it kind of went down again. Stayed quite maybe a 6 for a while, and then it tapered off. Now, I left this going 4 days, 44 hours. That's quite a while. Do I like the scent? Not really. It's not for me. I don't detest it or anything like that, but it's just not something I like because it's a little tiny bit too musky for me. That would be my only complaint. But if you're someone that likes weathered leather, you definitely want to try this. If you like sheer leather, try it. You may like it as well. And sometimes if you like some of those woodsy fragrances like Circle of Life and Woody, It is different, but they're all in the same family, so you may kind of like that. And I would say this is a good bedroom scent. You could probably use it in like a rec room, a games room, a den, a man cave. It's a little bit leaning toward masculine. That does not mean that you cannot warm it somewhere that women like to hang out, because a lot of women like this. I'd kind of like to see how Bonfire Beach would do with this, because Bonfire Beach is a little bit masculine, but it's a little bit sweet, marshmallowy, salty sea air. I think it would tone down that musk a little bit for me, so I might try that. Will I be repurchasing this? No, I probably won't. So I probably won't do the mixes, but it's just not for me. But if someone gifted me a bar, I would say thank you, and then I would probably try to mix it up, and that is Saddle Up. So let's get to drawing for our scents this week. We are going to draw 6 scents from the box. I am going to get you guys to vote for 2 scents by Wednesday morning. Always check the pinned comment to see if voting is open or closed, and you can vote on Instagram if you cannot vote on YouTube. My name is Patricia Gates on Instagram. I will put my link down below. Look me up and vote. So the first scent is Farmstand Pumpkin. Scent number 2, French Lavender. Scent number 3, Tingelo. Scent number 4, Orange You Glad. Scent number 5, ooh, this is a big one, Sweet Cucumber. And scent number 6, Gleeful Grape. So to review our scents, we have Farmstand Pumpkin, a former fall and winter scent. We have French Lavender, a current scent that's been available year-round for quite a while. We have Tingelo, a former Bring Back My Bar. I actually have a partial bar in my closet there. Orange You Glad, this is retired, and it's kind of on the older side. I'm not sure, but it's definitely retired. Then we have Sweet Cucumber. This was a spring and summer scent that's been retired for about 2 years. And Gleeful Grape, a former kids fragrance that's also been retired for about 2 years. Anyway, thanks for spending the last few minutes with me. I hope you guys had a great day in your neck of the woods. Thanks for being such great sports. We're back to regular voting, and I will see you guys in the next video.